This is episode 15 of the Living Luppy Podcast, 6 tips to get back on track.
I'm starting over and I'm older and I'm wiser times 20 years. If you wanna feel your heart, my friend.
Welcome to the Living Luppy Podcast, where a fat musician fights to lose 200 pounds and learns a whole lot of lessons along the way.
If you wanna feel your new life begin.
And now, weighing in at 417 pounds with a total weight loss of 37 pounds, here he is, your host, me. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Living Luppy Podcast. My name is Luppy. Yours is not. But if it is, let me know. That'd be weird if we both had that same nomenclature or moniker. Those are new words I'm learning. But hey, I'm glad you guys are here. This is a podcast about fitness and health, and it's hosted by a fat dude who is trying to lose 234 pounds. So that is what we're all about, losing the weight and learning a lot of things along the way. I'm glad you guys are here. Hey, I want to make sure you guys get over there to the old livingluppy.com. Make sure you check out the website, livingluppy.com. It's Luppy. That's how you spell Luppy. That is my website for all my stuff. That's where the podcast is, and you can find more info about this podcast as well as my music and some services I offer and lots more. So make sure you get on over there and check that out. Also, head over to iTunes when you get a second and subscribe, rate, and review to the podcast, Living Luppy Podcast. That would be awesome. All right, let's get it going here. Every morning on the show, I weigh in and see where we are for the week. And I did that this morning. Let's see how it went. There you have it, 417 pounds. And for those of you playing along at home, that's not good. I gained 7 pounds this week. Now, so I gained 7 pounds this week, a total weight loss of 37 pounds. That is a big step backwards. Now, full disclosure, I actually did the weigh-in after eating, which I usually do not do. So, but I was running a little late today, so it's probably a little bit more because of that. But most of it's because I had a hard week this week and I did not eat well. Let's talk about the good things. First, I've been incorporating a new workout regime and I have been sticking to that. I'm working really hard. I love the workouts and it's been really good. So I'm doing that. I feel like I'm on the right track with that. It's good. I ate a lot of really good food and a lot of good vegetables, but the problem was I had about 3 days where it went off the rails a little. I would start good, but then at the end of the day, I just gave in to cravings. I had been kind of stressed and working on things and letting the stress distract me and really wanting some kind of comfort. And not being able to find any other comfort, I have turned to food. Now, the good news is I did think these things through. I wasn't just, I'm going to eat pizza, I'm out of control. You know, I did make a conscious choice to be like, all right, I'm going to eat pizza. I know I'm going to be upset afterwards. I know it's not going to help me feel better, but I still want it, and I'm just going to do it. So I ordered pizza. I had pizza 3 days in a row. That's right. 3 days in a row. We'll talk more about that in the Pizza Wars. But anyway, I just kind of let go. I was out of town for a day, and I just decided to kind of eat how I wanted. It's really hard to stick to it. And what really sucks about that is I was kind of in a good, if you watched the podcast last week, I was kind of getting into a good routine. And now I feel a little off my game. Now I feel like I just want to eat crap all the time. I feel hungry all the time again. I just want to eat junk food. And it's not even physical hunger. It is a craving. It is a desire to eat. It is a desire to deal with stress and emotions through food. And even though I know that, I still really want to do it. And so I'm struggling with that right now. And have been for the last few days. And that's why I gained 7 pounds. So that's this week. That's this week. This week, I really am trying to do better. I went to Weight Watchers, weighed in. I feel like that's a good time to reset and rethink. But I'm still struggling a little bit with getting back on track. So that is going to take us to our battle notes. All right. In the battle notes this week, we are going to talk about 6 steps to help us get back on track when we slip up. We're all human beings. We are not perfect as much as we want to be, and we all mess up. And that is really a hard thing for me to admit and to deal with because I want to be perfect. I want perfection. I want to find the right way to eat and just eat like that and be a machine, and that's it for the rest of my life. But that is not the way it works. And whenever I feel like I got it down, something always creeps back and tempts me and pulls me off track. So we are going to talk about 6 steps to get back on track. The point is to not let yourself just go down that rabbit hole. Okay, you ate pizza, you ate a whole pizza, whatever. Now is the time to just get back on it. Do not think, well, it's all over, I can't do it, right? We've all done that. And I'm really trying to not fall into that trap and to remind myself that I need to do it, and I can do it, and I want to do it. I committed to this for a reason. And I look at my cards that give me all the reasons, physical and otherwise, that I am trying to make these changes and remind myself this is something I need to do and that I chose to do because I really wanted it. So, number 1 is I'm not giving up. That's not number 1 on our list. That's just number 1 in general, is to not give up. Do not give in to that temptation to just throw your hands up and say, screw it. It's not worth it. It's not going to ever make you happy. It's not going to lead you anyplace productive. It's just going to make things worse and worse, and it's not going to get better until you decide that you want to make it better. No one's going to come and fix you. Sometimes we think, well, I'm just out of control. I can't do it. I'm just going to eat until somebody comes and saves me. But that's not how it works. No one's coming. It's you. You're the one that has to save yourself. You have to take responsibility for yourself and not pretend like you're just a victim of bad habits or it's heredity or there's too much fast food everywhere. It's just impossible. It's not impossible. Those are all excuses. This is the time to look yourself in the eye and say, I am ready to get back on track. I do not want to continue down this dark path because I've been there before and it doesn't go anywhere well. So here are our 6 tips to getting back on track. Here's 6 tips to get back on track. Number 1 is to schedule the good habits into your life. Okay? This might be one of the most important things right off the bat. If you just say, oh, I need to do better. Tomorrow I'll do better. I mean, that's good and sounds nice, but what do you mean? What specifically are you going to do to make it better? Because it's really easy to be like, oh, I'm going to do better tomorrow. And then you get up and you're hungry and you're like, well, I didn't plan anything for breakfast, so I'm going to go to McDonald's and get a biscuit or whatever, you know. That's how you just continue to go down that bad path, is by not making a plan. So the first thing you need to do is schedule the good habits back into your life. Sit down, write down what you're going to make for your meals the next day or from then on. Plan your meals. Make sure you have all that good food in your house. All right, make sure you are ready. You're also, when you're going to do your exercise and what exercise you're going to do. Be very specific. Schedule this stuff back into your life. Then step number 2 is stick to your schedule. Stick to the schedule that you set. Eat the foods you said you were going to eat and do the exercises you said we're going to do. Now, what if the day gets away from you and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have time to do this. And I know I have to get back on track, but I just ran out of time. Nah, screw it. I'm just going to do whatever I want. Don't do that. Stick to your schedule, even if it's in a small way. So say you can't get to the gym to do your workout. Well, do you have 15 minutes to go take a walk? Just go take a walk. Do something. Stick to that schedule to keep the momentum moving in the right direction, in the positive direction. Don't just give up because you can't do everything perfectly. Stick to your schedule, even in a small way. Okay, number 3 is have someone who expects something of you. Have someone who you are accountable to. And I have used this many times in my life, and I have that in my life now. I have a couple different people that I call or text when I'm having a hard time. Weight Watchers has been a big thing like that for me too. Keeps me accountable. This podcast is one of those things. I can't tell you like how much like getting ready for this podcast today, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is going to be bad. Even before I weighed in, I knew it was going to be bad. And I had a rough time. And these are the weeks where we just want to hide and not do our podcast and get on camera and say to everybody watching that I failed this week. Bad. I gained 7 pounds this week. It's not easy to do that and to admit that. But then I knew that I had to, because this is probably one of the biggest reasons I do this podcast, besides helping other people, is to keep myself accountable. And this is exactly the time I really need to do the podcast and talk about what happened and try to find a path back to the good stuff. So it's really important to have somebody that's going to keep you accountable in your life. If you don't have that, just try to find a friend or family matter. I really have a problem talking on this show. A family member. Get a family member or a friend and, just ask them if they can be your accountability partner. Pretty sure anybody who's really your friend or cares about you would say yes in an instant. And when you're struggling, you can talk to that person and they'll help you get through it. Or if you messed up, say, hey, I messed up. And they're like, dude, now's the time to get back on it. It's no big deal. We all do it. So have someone in your life like that you can be accountable to. All right. That's number 3. Number 4. This is one of my favorites. And I say this to myself all the time. And this kind of goes with what we were talking about in number 2. Number 4 is just because it's not optimal doesn't mean it's not beneficial. All right? Let me say that again. Just because it's not optimal does not mean it's not beneficial. So you've run out of time. You didn't make it a priority to get to the gym. So should you just not do anything and then just go eat whatever you want because this day's ruined? Can't tell you how many times I've done that, but we all know that is ridiculous. Like, no, just do what you can. So just because you can't go to the gym and work out for an hour doesn't mean you can't go for a 15-minute walk. It's still beneficial, still important to move that way. And that walk is going to make you feel so much better and make you want to do better the next day. It's accumulative. So just because something isn't optimal doesn't mean it's not beneficial. Remember that. We don't have to be perfect. We just have to keep moving in the right direction. Keep moving in the right direction. All right, so that is number 4. Number 5 is to design your environment for success. All right? Set yourself up for success. Meaning, if you went on a binge and you bought a bunch of chips and a Hershey's brownie, maybe somebody did that. I don't know who. I would never buy a Hershey's brownie. It was me. I bought a Hershey's brownie on Sunday from Pizza Hut, and it was awesome. But I had some left over, believe it or not, and I knew that I wanted to get back on track. So I'm not going to keep that crap in my house. I have to design my environment for success, so I threw it away. I threw the rest of the brownie away because I knew I didn't need that here. And that goes for any kind of chips or anything you may have bought during your binge. It's time to just go, look, I had a binge. That was fun. I'm a human being. I guess I'm going to do that sometimes. But I don't want to continue this. I'm going to throw this away and start new today. Now, that's wasteful to throw things away. Which way would you rather waste it? Waste it in the garbage or waste it in your body? Either way, it's a waste. It's not doing anybody any good by going into your body. So don't feel bad for a minute about wasting it. Throw it away. Nobody needs that junk food. Not even the starving kids in Africa. All right? We don't need to feed them fudge brownies. There are much better quality foods that they need to eat. So don't feel guilty about that. Throw that stuff away. Start over. Hear that? My laundry's done. That's exciting. All right. So that's number, 5, right? So we're on number 6. Here's the last one. And this is a super simple one, but one to remember. Care. Sometimes all you have to do is remind yourself that you care, that you need to care, that it's important to care about yourself and to care for yourself and care about your health. It's real easy to think it doesn't matter, whatever. But you need to just stop and remind yourself, no, I care about this. I deserve to be successful. This is important. This is serious. And I am going to see this through. Not just throw my hands up and give up. You need to care. All right? So there are my 6 tips for getting back on track. We all mess up. Stop beating yourself up. Stop saying you can't do this. Stop saying it's impossible. That is the language of fools, not of winners. And you are a winner. All right? So you can do this. You can do anything. I can do anything. And if I can do it, you can do it. I promise. So stop beating yourself up. Get back on track. Write down these 6 tips and get to work on them right now. You can do it, and that's what my plan is as well. All right? We will be victorious. All right. So that is our battle notes. We are going to take a quick little break and hear a word from our sponsor. If you're interested in sponsoring the show, you can get a hold of us at livingluppy@gmail.com. You can hit us on Twitter, Loopy1, or facebook.com/livingluppy. And of course, remember, you can go to the website, livingluppy.com. That is the place for all your loopy needs. All right, so let's take a break. We'll be right back.
What do you hear at a SkyWest Trio show? Something like this.
No diggity. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I like to bang it up, shut it. Get down, get loud. Baby got them up and all over town. Strictly bitch, you don't play around. Cover much ground. Got game by the pound. Crisscross, I make it jump, jump. The man gotta make it jump, jump. The dad got to make it jump, jump. Crisscross, I make it jump, jump. Don't try to compare us to another bad little man on the fan. On the fan, give you something that you never had. I make you want to jump, wiggle and shake you rump. Cause I be kicking the fingers that make you want to jump. It's Friday night, and I feel alright.
For more information on St. Louis's premier party band, visit www.skywesttrio.com.
But I'm free to receive my expectations and fend for my life. Feel your heart, my friend. You know you can always just start again. Every time you feel like it's all too much, you like to feel like your back touch. If you wanna feel your new life begin, you know you can always just start again. Today is the day to do it. I'm just opening your eyes. If you wanna feel your heart, my friend, you can always just start again. Every time you're feeling like it's all too much, close your eyes and visualize your back in touch. If you want to feel your new life.
Yes, there it is. What is that? What is that jam? Oh, snap, Loopy, what is that? That right there, my friends, is Start Again. That is our song for the month of August. What is this, August? Yeah, our song of the month is Start Again. And of course, you've heard it if you watch the podcast or listen to the podcast every week, because that is our theme song for the podcast there. That is one of my tunes. And of course, it is available on iTunes as well as livingluppy.com. You can get your copy of Start Again, put it right in your eardrums, put it in your workout playlist. Have Loopy in your ears at the gym. All right, check it out. All right, welcome back to Living Luppy. I am glad you guys are here. My name's Loopy. We're talking about stuff. We had a hard week, and by we I mean I. But we're not gonna let that take us down, because we are meant for success, and I will be victorious in losing 234 pounds. So it's back to work right now, today. It is time now for the Pizza Wars. Pizza. Wars. Pizza. Wars. Okay. The Pizza Wars. Every week on the Pizza Wars, we discuss my pizza addiction and declare a winner in the battle versus pizza and me. Me versus pizza, whatever. Anyway, as you already know by listening to the earlier part of the podcast, this was a tough week. And pizza was a big part of that this week. And even though I had stuff to make pizza in my fridge, I'm pointing over here for those watching the video because that's where my fridge is. Even though I have the stuff to make pizza, I still wanted Domino's. And then I went to Kansas City and had pizza there, which was really, really good. Then I came home, and the next day I really wanted Pizza Hut. So I decided to order Pizza Hut. That's right. It's disgusting. I just heard you say that, and it is disgusting. But that's how it is when you're addicted to something. Sometimes you know you're not supposed to do it, but you just can't imagine the world without it. You fight it. And sometimes you give in. And you know that's okay, because I'm not doing it every day anymore. I used to do it every single day. I'm not doing that anymore. I had a tough weekend, but I'm back to eating good veggies and stuff that my body loves, and we're moving on. So this last week I had Domino's, I had cheese bread, I had 2 lava cakes, I had pizza in Kansas City, at this great place called 1889 Pizza Kitchen or something like that. 1889. It was really, really good. Highly recommend it. And then that wasn't enough for this fatty. So on Sunday, I decided to get Pizza Hut. I had Pizza Hut, their stuffed garlic knots, and the Hershey's brownie that I talked about, this big tray of brownies. And I pigged out and ate pretty much all of it. I left a couple brownies that I threw away. But whatever, man. I don't know. You know, all I do know is that it did not help me in any way, did not make my life better in any way. And even in the midst of it, right? You know, the anticipation's the best part. You're going to get the pizza. You order the pizza. You're excited. You get the pizza. It smells good, right? This is the best part. You take a couple bites. It's so good. And then seriously, within minutes, the depression starts to sink in, because you realize, oh my gosh, this was what I planned my whole happiness on, and this is going to be over in like 10 minutes. Then what am I going to do? Then you're left with nothing. It does not work. Food is a lie. It does not deliver, ever. And I know this. I'm 39, and I've known this for 20 years. I still do it. It's ridiculous, but I still do it, because I get to that point where I just make an excuse and say, screw it, I'm doing it anyway. But sure enough, every single time, it did not make me happy, and that's kind of part of the reason you get into that bad habit and bad routine, is because you want to keep feeding it. You know, you crave it, so you're just going to feed it, and then it's gone. Well, I got to do it again. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll get more pizza tomorrow, and that will make me happy, and it doesn't. True happiness is know that you're facing your demons and you're beating them down every day. Not giving in to pizza addiction every night. It made me not happy at all. And I'm still here. I could care less now if I ate the pizza or not. But at that time, it seemed so important. So I gave in to my pizza addiction. So this week, Pizza 3, Luppy 0. Sorry, they can't all be winners. I lost the pizza wars this week. But we're back to work right now, and I plan on winning this week. All right? So let's get to our health fact of the day. Every week on the show, I share a health fact of the day. It's something I look up on the internet. I don't really research it. I just write it down and share it with you guys. So take it with a grain of salt. Do your own research, because I sure didn't research any of this. But it's interesting. It's things to talk about. So let's get into it. Today's health fact of the day is adults who eat a little chocolate 5 times a week are thinner than those who eat it less frequently. So I don't know where the numbers are to back that up, but it kind of makes sense. People who eat a little bit of chocolate 5 times a week tend to be thinner than people who eat it less frequently. And I think that's because the people who eat it less frequently are trying really hard not to give in to this addiction. Like chocolate is this thing they just can't touch because it's so bad. And then when they finally do, they just, right? And maybe they go on a week binge and just eat a bunch of chocolate. And then they stop again for a month, and just that demon builds back up. But if you're letting yourself eat a little chocolate every day or every other day, just a little bit to, hey, this isn't the last time I'm going to eat chocolate, so I don't have to eat this whole thing. I just eat a little bit. I'll have some more tomorrow. Then you know that you're not denying yourself anything, and that keeps that demon at bay. So my challenge of the week for you is this is a good one. I like this one. My challenge of the week for you is to go out and buy some chocolate. How good is that? How many other fitness and health shows are telling you to go out and buy chocolate? That's right. We do that here on the Living Luppy Podcast. We give the people what they want. Chocolate. But seriously, though, I want you to go out and buy some chocolate. Now, the best kind, obviously, I think we all know this, but just for those who don't, dark chocolate is what you want. At least 60% or more. Dark chocolate is the one that isn't just a bunch of sugar and crap. It's got a lot of good things in it. Yes, it's still a lot of saturated fat and stuff, but it's got antioxidants, and it's been proven to help fight heart disease. There's a lot of good things in dark chocolate. So if you can get the dark, which is 60% or higher, I get the 70% cacao, however you say that word, the 70% cacao at Aldi, and it's good, it's cheap, and it's really good. And they come in these little 1-ounce packages, so one little bar is 150 calories, and usually you can even just eat half of that and then eat the other half the next day. It's a really good treat, like at the end of the night for something sweet. Yes, I would go to fruit first, but sometimes you need to eat chocolate, and that's a really good way to do it. So I want you to go out, buy some dark chocolate, keep it in the house, and I want that to be your treat for yourself a few times a week. Don't be afraid to do it. Just count it. If you're counting calories or points, count it. But let yourself have the things that you love. I'm going to probably eat pizza this week, but I'm not going to order Domino's. I'm going to make a light cheese pizza with lots of veggies here. And that is going to be my pizza, a much healthier version. You've got to give yourself the things you crave every once in a while, or you're going to go crazy. Don't do that to yourself. Just take good care of yourself. Eat good food. All right? Quality food. All right? So that brings us to the end of the podcast. I'm sure glad you guys tuned in this week. It's always really fun. Every Wednesday, there's a new episode at noon Central Time. So make sure you tune in. You can subscribe on iTunes or Google Play. We're on Stitcher Radio, all that stuff. So you can check us out all those places. And make sure you go to Living Luppy and livingluppy.com. Say hi. Feel free to comment and share. That always really helps too, if you can comment and share the posts that we share. We got a lot more information coming out to you, a lot of stuff about music, lots of stuff about health, lots of videos, and we're going to start posting recipes. I'm going to start posting some of my favorite recipes regularly, so keep a lookout for lots of new information coming your way. all coming out of livingluppy.com. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks for all your awesome support and all your comments and emails I've been getting. Really, really helps. It's really, really encouraging, and I want to make sure that you know that I believe in you too, and that you too are encouraged. You are meant for success. You are meant for health. You can do anything. Just take one good decision at a time. That's it. One good decision at a time. All right? I'll see you guys on livingluppy.com. This is going to be a good week. See you next week. Peace. For more information, go to www.livingluppy.com. Be sure to head over to iTunes, subscribe, rate, and review. We'll see you next week on the Living Luppy Podcast.